So this is my take on a pasty, and I'm very aware that there are several types of pasties. Mine are crimped at the top, which makes them a Devon pasty, so I'm told.
Because the Cornish are crimped around the edge.
So, yeah. So I'm making pork and apple pasties.
Because you can't call anything a Cornish pasty now unless it was made
I know,
in
they
Cornwall,
own it. And they are good.
Yeah.
But these are my version of a pasty.
Okay.
So these are pork and apple, and they are really, really tasty. The weather's changed a little bit, although the sun's out at the minute. They're good sort of warming in the evening, but great on a picnic if the sun does stay out. So 3 steps. First one is pastry. Love making pastry. I normally do it by hand, but because we are a little bit short of time, we're going to do it in this wonderful technical gadget. So in here I've got plain flour, and then I'm adding in some baking powder, and this makes a really, really light pastry. Pinch of salt. Then we've got dried sage, Eamon, because you were asking what their little flecks were, and smoked paprika, which I just love. Into that, you were quite taken with the very orange egg yolk, weren't you?
Well, you put your butter in there. I've just got somebody, please.
Careful, you stop it.
No, please. No. Can you just see how orange that egg is?
Hold it lower.
It's almost like a peach. If I hold down lower, love, it'll drop out.
The thing there, your hand.
But it's incredible.
They are, so they go in as well. That just means they're lovely, and if that goes in there, just put that bit in there. I'm going to wash my hands. And then with this, it's just excellent because you just literally push this on, and when it all comes together, so you want to make sure with pastry everything's really, really cold. That's really,
normally
really
like
important.
doing it by hand just because you like the feel.
I love making pastry by hand, but I'm just showing off with this now.
And is it right?
So when it starts together,
you're supposed to have cool hands when you make
everything,
pastry.
cool hands, cool worktop, cool butter, cool water. So now I'm just adding in a bit of water, and as that starts to come together in a ball, you will then wrap it and chill it. So you can see it starts coming together so quick. So easy. So a little bit more water in there, and then that will just get chilled.
And it's the chilling part that you kind of rest it.
Yes, so you rest it, and then obviously because you don't want the butter to melt, so all you would do, so you can see that perfect pastry there, bring it all together, chill it for half an hour, and then roll it out, which is this stage.
Okay.
So these ones have already been cut out. However, Ruth, could you cut those ones out for me?
Okay.
While Eamon takes the cider, just explain this other bit of my filling. So in here, I have got some Bramley apples and the cider. Love a cider.
Yeah.
And that tartness and that sweetness, pork and apples are a match made in heaven, really, isn't it?
Lovely.
So that's what that is in there. Not too liquidy, because we don't want to make the pastry really, really wet. So that is what that is. Then onto our filling. Brilliant job there. Is that all right?
Really lovely.
Lovely and
Yes, it's a delightful end of the programme, Candice.
So we've got pork fillet in here.
Yep.
Lovely cut of meat, happy pork, outdoor bred pork.
I like
always
a bit of pork.
Yes, it's got to be outdoor bred. Really, really one of those things
How
that
do
I
you
like to use.
prevent your pork from being dry?
Don't overcook it. Just don't overcook it. So streaky bacon in there adds a little bit of fat because we're using pork fat, because we're using obviously the fillet, which is less fatty. We've got diced potato, red onion and leek, another thing that goes beautifully with pork. Garlic, a little bit of chilli, because I love a little kick, and fennel, another thing that goes really lovely with pork. Brilliant, Ruth, thank you. And then again, paprika, because I just love it. So that just gets mixed up, and because it is the pork fillet, this is going to cook in real time in the pastry. Don't need to cook it all off. If you use cheaper cuts of meats, you might need to cook it to begin with to break it down a little bit. And then just to finish off, some fresh sage, which I'm just going to tear.
Pork and sage is lovely together.
So good. They're just great flavours. And I mean, if you are vegetarian, you can, of course, use corn or something like that. So our mixture, what we're going to do, we're going to do this together. So into the middle, we just pop in some of our lovely mix. You're going to do it as well.
Okay, let's need a big spoon.
And you can do these various sizes as well. It's entirely up to you. And then paint around the edge with your egg wash, which is there. Bring it up to the middle, squeeze, and then the crimp. And the way I always crimp is finger and thumb, so pushing it in. So almost look like a stegosaurus.
Yeah.
So squeezing those together. Fingering like this. So turn it onto its side, and it's just...
Oh, like that.
So, yeah. So, Eamon, while I'm just going to pop this one in the oven, do you want to bring over the cooked ones and then you can dig into those? So these would just go into the oven for about 35 minutes. The meat will be beautiful and soft. And of course, then you can have it with your
And we've got the
cider.
apple
The
on
apple
there.
has...
The apple has stewed.
The apple has stewed.
Yeah, that reduced there.
So I will move these. You will bring in
The cooked one.
your cooked ones.
Eamon, bring that over here. And how long do you cook them, Candice? Sorry?
So 30 to 35 minutes.
Oh, they look
And if
nice.
we have a look, we can cut into one of those. You can see that gorgeous filling. We've put the apple in there, but you can eat the apple as an additional... Yeah, have it with your pint of cider.
So when you put this in, you could put the apple
Put the bit
inside
of
as
apple
well.
inside, which we've done with some of these. Some of these are plain, or you can eat it almost as like almost like
apple.
a relish. Yeah. So it's really just a nice take.
I'm relishing this.
That is very nice.
Very nice. You make a nice
Pint of
lunch.
cider.
Oh, there's your
Nice
drink.
cider.